Hey YouTube, we're here with another episode of Salty Veins Fishing. Tonight we're going to show you how I fillet, or in this case butcher, a shark. So in part 1 we went through trunking the shark, which is removing the head, the stomach and the fins. And in this episode we're going to show you how to clean up the rest of the carcass and get the fillets off that you want to eat. So right now I'm just running the knife from the anus back down to the tail, because I've already run the rest of it up the rest of the way, and just basically splitting the trunk down the middle on either side of the backbone, which is actually cartilage. So as I cut down through to the skin, you'll see the shark sort of fold open. That'll allow it to become a lot easier to cut the fillets out. This is the way I've done it for a long time. It may not be the best or the cleanest way, but it works and it's pretty simple, and it saves your knife from having to cut through too much of the skin, because it'll blunt your knife, unfortunately. So just run the knife down both sides of the cartilage, and now I'm just trying to find the best point to enter under the cartilage. So come back a little bit, cut forward towards the head of the shark, trim the backbone out, and then using that, just run the blade along the bottom of the cartilage, lift up and just slide it straight out of the meat. This cartilage can actually be used or fed to your dogs. It's actually really good for them. So I normally cut it up into smaller pieces and give it to them as a snack. They quite enjoy it. Alright, so now the fillets, or the shark's laid flat. This makes it a lot easier to be able to slide the meat off into sort of sections that you want to sort of serve up. There's a little bit of cartilage left at the top there I'm just removing. I cut a bit too close. Alright, all I'm doing here is slicing a bit of meat off the actual skin. So I'll start where the backbone or the cartilage would be, and just sort of slice out towards the edge of the shark. The idea here is to follow the sort of curvature of the skin still, and that way you don't end up with any skin on the fillets. You don't want to go too close to the skin with these sharks, as a lot of the blood will stay close to the shark's skin, and then when you fry it up or you cook it up, unfortunately it holds a lot of bad taste, a lot of strong flavour really, and can sort of taint the flavour. So always, a millimetre or two above, and that way you're only getting the pure white meat. And so you just sort of carry that on the whole way down. I constantly change ends, and depending on where I'm at with the shark. So along this part here is actually the stomach lining, and probably the hardest part to fillet on these small sharks, because it does curve up quite a lot. So what I like to do is actually cut through to the skin. Now I'll cut through the skin a bit, and it just helps lay it flat a bit more to make it a bit easier to sort of slide the meat off the skin. And the idea is keep your knife flat, and just sort of bend upwards from the handle to keep the tip flat, and you should be able to just slide off little chunks. Then the actual stomach lining, if you just roll the knife underneath it, you can just cut those couple of millimetres of meat off and clean up the fillet quite nicely. If you leave the stomach lining on there, it doesn't hurt you essentially to eat it, but when you cook it, it causes the fillet to sort of curl up, and it becomes a pain. So once we clean that off, fillet's done, we just carry on with the rest of the shark, just following the same principle. Just sort of start in the middle. There's Bear, come in and look for a free feed, even though he will have a sniff but won't actually eat any of it. He's one picky cat. So we just sort of cut from the middle of the shark out, and I just do it in little chunks. I find it much easier to manage, and when you cook it up, you don't me personally, I don't cook huge pieces of fish. I like to do it in sort of smaller pieces, and a bit more manageable for everyone. But yeah, beautiful white flesh. The gummy shark is amazing, and a lot of it comes down to sort of catch care, bleeding your shark properly, and removing the fins and the stomach and the head while at sea, sort of 10 minutes after you've removed the tail. And there's bear again. So I'll sped the video up here just so you don't have to drag on for so long watching me cut up the sharks. You get the idea, but just sort of carry on. Get something flat. No, understood. Just do both sides, just trimming up a little bit of cartilage that was left in there. Same thing on the other side, just cut through that belly flap. Allows it to sort of flatten out a bit more as you sort of slide it off. Just sort of set the portion sizes. Nice and simple, nice and quick. Easy. So just cleaning them up. Get rid of it and just change the knives. That first one went blunt from all the shark skin. Doesn't take long, unfortunately. Makes it a little bit easier. Trim that out. And there we have it. A couple of kilos of gummy fillets. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you want to see more videos, don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, catch ya.